Hello, everyone. My name is Artemis Black, and welcome to the top 5 star player glow ups of Blood Bowl Season 3. Not necessarily the top 5 best players or the ones you'll see all the time. Some of these will be banned. There are other good players that are still good, that used to be good, but these are the top 5, or maybe more than 5, that I think have the most interesting changes in a positive direction that will make people want to use them. So let's move on to 5, which is not 5. It's kind of 5 and 6. Sorry. Could not decide which one of these to switch in at the end. Went with them both. It's my video. I can cheat. First up, we have Dribble. Half of Dribble and Drull. Always amazing. Dribble and Drull could carry a cheap Amazon team because they could fit on a cheap Amazon team to victories in tournaments across the globe and have been doing for years. But for some reason, they've decided to make Dribble even better. They have snuck in Quick Foul. Quick Foul, for those of you who don't know, new skill in Blood Bowl Season 3. It is the bit of Sneaky Git that was taken away because it was deemed too OP. And now it's come back as a skill on its own, and it's been dropped onto Dribble, who already has Dirty Player and Sneaky Git. It basically means you can move after you foul. Doesn't sound incredible. However, remember that Dribble and Drull are so good at removing players when they go in for the gang fouls that regularly there's a gap where that dead guy used to be that now leads directly to Dribble and he can be blitzed. No longer do you have to care about carefully arranging your players so that doesn't happen. He can run in, stamp on a head, and run back out. Amazing. Already great, will now be better. And as with most of these, probably banned. In a similar vein, Ripper found his way onto many a Goblin team, many a Snotling team, other teams. Anyone who was down TV, Orcs even, was always good value. Always fought with Varag for that spot, and I don't think he fights anymore because he's got a movement buff to 5. He's got a special rule buff. Instead of once per game, now once per half, he can re-roll a dice. And the dice he will be rolling will likely be for Bullseye. Bullseye is the new skill that he's been given, a new skill for 3rd season. And it means that if he makes a successful throw teammate, and he has passing of 4+, that the thrown Goblin, Snotling, whatever, will not deviate. It will just hit the square that he aims at. He can walk up to within 3 squares of a cage, of a ball carrier, pick up someone from behind him or whatever, and throw him 3 squares for 75% accuracy at the square that he's aiming at. And if he can't reach the ball carrier, he can hit the cage corner. Like, it's incredible how good this is. He doesn't have an increase, no negs to go with it. He's just been made so much better. The only reason these two are down at number 5 is because they were always chosen before, and this is more of a video of, who's now going to be chosen. Otherwise, they would be at the top. They're incredible star players. Who have we got next? Coming in at number 4, we have Jordell Fresh Breeze. He kind of sneaks on the list because of a slight discrepancy with the rules. First up is actual buffs. Steady footing, a new rule for 3rd season. Every time he's knocked down or falls over, like from a dodge, he gets to roll a dice, and on a 6, he just ignores that. Seemingly every time. I don't know if that's going to be errated either, but he could fall down and then roll a 6 and ignore it, and then fall down again and roll a 6 and ignore that. Crazy. He still plays for Woodland League, which means that he can play for Stunties. Griff cannot. So Jordell, you might see a lot of Fresh Flings or Breeze Flings or whatever you want to call them now. No more Griff Flings. But the main reason he's here is something that will almost certainly be errated. It's because of Adge 1+. Adge 1+, as we start Season 3 officially today, is broken. It doesn't work properly. It's written incorrectly. It basically means that he does everything on a 2+. Dodge into 6 tackle zones, 2+. Leap into the middle of 8 people, 2+. Everything's a 2+ that he does based on agility. Go read the rules in your rule book. It's broken. It wasn't errated. With the day one errata, we don't know when we'll get a next one. So up until then, this is broken. Jeremiah Cool and Roxana could be included here, but this guy can play for stunties, so he will be picked anyway. That's why he takes the slot of number 4. Who's up next? Skrog Snowpelt. Who thought these players would be on this list? A simple change to Skrog Snowpelt. He's been made cheaper and he's been given block. So few big guys, strength with claws and mighty blow, also have the safety of block. He now is basically the Zug replacement. If you can afford Zug, it's like 20k more or something to get Skrog, and Skrog is just better. He has block, claw, mighty blow, juggernaut, throw in a disturbing presence. When he kills someone with those incredible skills, your team gets a reroll for the drive. He is now the new Zug, the big, furry, smiling Zug. That's just it. Just one skill, block, has just bumped him directly above other choices. You will see him in... God, if you see him in Old World Alliance, that's just scary. Old World Alliance buff through the roof with Skrog. Oh, my days. Right. Wait, I'm trying not to go to the last two, Sokun, because they're just never going to see the light of day. Tournament organizers. Again, the big red stamp out, ready for Zolcath the Zote of all star players. Zolcath the Zote. Why is he going to get banned? It's because they rewrote his special rule. Excuse me, are you a Zote? Yes, he is, and he's going to mess you up. Once per game, when Zolcath is activated, he may select an opposition player within 3 squares. The selected player immediately becomes distracted. You might notice there's no dice rolls. You might notice just after that when Zolcath is activated, meaning he can carry on with the rest of his activation. The Strength 5 Juggernaut Mighty Blow guy can carry on with the rest of his activation once he's made a cage corner or a screen disappear. Tournament organizers are going to red stamp this guy everywhere. This is going to be a star player for casuals only. You are never going to get this in a tournament. Maybe somewhere in Ohio, someone's running a 6-man tournament in a shed and everyone's rocking up with Zolcath. Amazons, Lustrian Super League. Amazons have incredible choices for star players. They're already the best team in Blood Bowl. What have they done? Who at Games Workshop loves Amazons this much? And finally, we have Grack and Crumbleberry. Grack and Crumbleberry. Like, you could have paid me to write this list and I would never put Grack and Crumbleberry at the top of the list before I'd read the rules. No changes to them at all, really, except for their special rule, which is insane. They must be hired as a pair, once per half, not even once per game, once per half. If Grack is standing next to Crumbleberry at the start of his activation, he can pick him up, remove him from the pitch, pick him up, and then at the end of Grack's activation, put him back down in an unoccupied square. No rolls. In an unoccupied square. You can put him in the middle of 2 players. This means that because it's not a throw, teammate, you can throw a pass to Crumbleberry from a deep kick. Crumbleberry gets the ball. Grack picks him up, moves forward 5 squares from the LOS, puts Crumbleberry down in front of him, even into a line of players, and then Crumbleberry can stunty dodge and rush and score. It's insane. It's just insane. I would like to say I don't know what they're thinking, but if you read Crumbleberry's rules, you can probably get an idea what they meant this to be. While Crumbleberry is being carried, Grack gains break, tackle, and dodge on top of its other skills. I think they were envisaging that Grack picks up Crumbleberry, smashes through the screen or defensive line, and puts Crumbleberry down in the end zone. I think that's what they were trying to write. But they didn't write anything about Crumbleberry's activation not being used when being carried by Grak. So nobody's going to do it that way. They can do it that way. It still works that way. But this is just going to be the most incredible one turn. You can walk forward 5 squares, put him in front of you for square 6, leaving 7 left, and he's movement 5. So it's just stunty dodges and 2 rushes to score. And you can throw a pass, so even kick won't save you. If you kick it to the end zone, they can just throw a pass to Crumbleberry. I don't even think this is going to be errated. I just think this is, I don't know, maybe someone cast 700 spare Grak and Crumbleberries and no one's buying them. Like, this is crazy. They play for any team. Any team. Not even just stunties. So yeah, Grak and Crumbleberry, your new god-level star players for Blood Bowl 3rd season. Nobody took that in the bingo card. And that is your video done. I'm a YouTuber now, I guess, so press all the buttons, ring all the bells, but don't forget to come join us on Twitch. We stream most UK evening times. We are currently streaming the Blood Bowl 3 2025 World Championships, and we have reached the knockout final. So come watch us there. See you next time.